With me is Mr. Skelly, and passenger survey shows 13% increase in leisure visitors. I look at that and I'm sceptical, because at the end of the day, you've picked out one item that's up, but we know business travel has gone down. You do your own surveys. You know, what, are we meant to be jumping with joy at that? Or is it a big increase? I mean, anyone can use percentages, can't they?
Well, you can, you know, you'd be sceptical to it. And what my suggestion there is to actually go and speak to the people in the industry. And they have repeatedly issued press releases how they're delighted with the increase in the visitor numbers. And I think this hopefully is an endorsement to say, yes, it has felt like it. And yes, there is actually an increase in numbers in leisure visitors. And I think we need to be particularly pleased, because we're seeing a reverse of the trend of decades and decades of decline in this industry. So now what we have done is refocus, and particularly refocus on marketing, and we're now starting to see the fruits of that labour.
Okay, the leisure industry to me, that's people staying in hotels or
Yes.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's right.
We've got a Mount Murray that's out of action. We've still got the Castle Mona that's you know, literally been sort of derelict now almost, really.
Yes.
There's still all these things, and yeah, you're telling me that numbers going up. So where are these people staying?
They're staying in a whole host of variety of different places, and you know, we've in fact one of my colleagues here, he's staying in a new 5-star B&B tomorrow night, you know, and it's just being launched. We have a host of smaller properties. You know, this year we'll see the arrival in a few months of the Manon Hotel, very welcomed indeed, and there's approval for other accommodation. I think at the old Hop Garden there's 13 bedrooms there. There's
So
we've got one
you're
confident? Yes. So what that tells us, Paul, I think, is that you know, there is confidence, you know, and what you've got here, and I highlight, I think, the importance of this industry. We're rediscovering, I think, the importance of this industry, because it's not just because of the imported revenue, but because it actually is about, if you can have an attractive place that people want to visit and pay and come here, you'll have a place that people will want to invest, you'll have a place that people will want to live, people will work. But that investment is actually coming, and it is hopefully
What
happening.
is 13% though? I mean, are we talking an extra 100 people? I mean, it's always easy to hide these things.
Yeah.
I know if you said, give us numbers and it's up by X amount, maybe we would be more
I think
impressed.
at the end of the day, you look there and you see £108 million actually spent in the visitor economy, and you know, that's that imported revenue I just mentioned earlier, and that £108 million is revenue we wouldn't actually have if we didn't have a tourist industry. So we went from, what, 30, 40 years ago, 50,000 bed spaces to less than 5,000. That trend is now changing, albeit, you know, fairly on a small incremental level, but this is on a sustainable rate.
Business travel is down?
Yes, business travel is down, but that's a trend that's going on all over the place. We can see this, you know, in our counterparts down in the Channel Islands are seeing that. You got doing this, what we're doing, technology advancement, video conferencing, and you must also think we've got the open skies. And what's the open skies done? It's actually given us day trips to London and so forth. So people don't necessarily have to stay over.
At the end of the day, this is basically a poll. I mean, we all know how pollsters can get things wrong. I mean, look at the general election in the UK. I mean, at the end of the day, you're doing a snap survey with people who are coming and going, and that is it. Obviously, I mean, you can't do everybody. I mean, said that, but are you confident you've got enough data to go on to give you the right numbers?
The proof of the pudding for me is the industry itself, you know, and when we speak with the industry and they say that visitor numbers are up, you know, that's you know, that's the real proof of the pudding. You know, as you say, you can come up with all kinds of surveys and so forth, and yes, you've got some pretty good evidence there that should be justified. However, it's what the industry tells us, and the industry is telling us, you know, repeatedly, especially this last year. I think it's been a small increase over year, but that's quite a leap, and they really are starting to feel it, and that positivity is resulting in investments, which is important.
Okay, and can I just bolt on this, just a final thing, the promenade and the potential there, your views on that? Because that, again, is the gateway for people coming in.
Absolutely.
What's your views on that money being spent potentially?
Fully support it, and it's the same with regeneration. You know, when I talk we talk about an attractive place to visit. What we're talking about there is pride in place, and if we, you know, first impressions leave a lasting impression, and none more so than the visitor that comes here. So if we don't have a gateway that is suitable and attractive, then you know what, you know, we will lose our visitor and tourism industry, and that's what we do not want. We want to reverse that trend. So this is quite a culture change. This proposal is coming forward for the promenade, but I'm fully supportive of it, as I am with regeneration.